Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nevada Explorations channel. We're, of course, sitting here once again with President, CEO, and Director James himself. Now, James, previously we talked about your past and kind of the origin story of Nevada Exploration, but today we want to dive deeper into the company itself. How are you, and are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm good, Michael. Yeah, ready to go.
Perfect. So first and foremost, give me just the basic elevator pitch for someone who's potentially interested in this industry but doesn't know a whole lot.
As an industry, as a mining industry, today we're at the place the oil and gas industry was 50 or 60 years ago, which is we've exhausted the easy to find deposits that would be onshore for oil and gas and needing to go offshore. And the equivalent for the mineral exploration is we're now transitioning to exploring undercover, which is places where we can't see the rocks. And those areas are actually bigger than the exposed areas. And so we have a larger area and more deposits yet to be found than all the deposits we found to date. So we're at the beginning of a very exciting next chapter for our industry. And there's a few companies like ourselves that are positioning ourselves to be first movers to lead the industry into this next chapter of its history.
Wonderful. So attacking old problems with new technology and new solutions. So then tell me more about some of the projects you guys are working on now. Go a little bit deeper.
Sure. Yeah, we've put together a portfolio of projects that we identified using a number of new technologies. And we're now advancing those portfolios, both ourselves and with a number of partners. Our flagship project is called South Grass Valley. It's a very big project, and it's a project that we think has the opportunity to deliver an entire new district, a new camp. There's three major camps in Nevada. For every one of those that's been found to date, we believe there's another we found undercover, and we think we have potential with this South Grass Valley project to find potentially the fourth Carlin camp. Our next Carlin type project is called Kelly Creek. It's currently optioned to a company called Austin. Bunch of the principals there, including some of their technical team, were responsible for the Pretium discovery and development story, which was $1 billion home run in northern BC. So they wanted to come to Nevada, and they picked up one of our projects. And then most recently, we partnered with a new Australian group, new to Nevada, called Astro. And it's an Aussie group that wants to come here and replicate some of the undercover success the industry in Australia is having here in Nevada. So we've got a number of irons in the fire.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a lot we'll be able to update people on as we go forward with this. But I'm curious, are there any companies that are similar to you guys that you could highlight, or like what would your edge be versus them? Is there anyone in the same domain, really?
I wouldn't say in Nevada, no. There's nobody else in Nevada that's taking this next chapter approach. If we look at the production profile in Nevada's gold production peaked in the late 90s, and we're down almost 50% today to where we were then. So, continuing to look in the same areas, using the same tools has really been a value destroyer for 20 years. So in terms of trying to turn the tide in Nevada, no, there's no other group that's solely focused on figuring out how to transition to undercover exploration in Nevada. But that being said, this transition going undercover isn't just a Nevada story. Globally, it's what the entire industry is having to do. And so, yeah, there are other groups, particularly there's groups looking for porphyry copper in Chile, across the Atacama Desert. There's groups looking for sediment-hosted copper in Africa under the Kalahari Sands. 80% of Australia is undercover. So the entire industry, the government, the universities, they're all working together to take these same approaches to go find new deposits undercover globally. But in terms of applying those strategies in Nevada, no, we're the only ones at the moment.
Wonderful. So you're kind of the early adopters in your guys' local area, which is great. I guess what is your company's X factor right now? Or like you said, you have a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. What are some of the potential catalysts coming up?
Yeah, we're not wholly in control of the timing of the work of our partners. But what we've been told based on their intentions is they'd both like to get drills turning on their respective projects of ours, as well as we're drilling our own project, South Grass Valley, this year. So we're looking at the potential here of having 3 concurrently drilled projects here this year, which would be a first for us. So, and I'm not aware of another junior of our size that will be having that scale of work being done on their portfolio this year. So I would say the amount of drilling that we're hoping to see this year.
Wonderful. Well, James, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you guys have any questions about this, we'd love to go deeper into each of these. But for now, James, do you have any closing words?
I'm hoping to be able to touch base with you and everybody else here in a couple of weeks. We're heading down to the once every 5-year Geologic Society of Nevada Symposium, where we're going to be presenting a lot of our results as well as meeting with our peers. So what I'd like to suggest is maybe we circle up again in a couple of weeks down there at the symposium in Reno.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan. You guys heard the man, everybody. Stay tuned for more coming soon. James, have a wonderful day.
You too. Cheers.